Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. So we really need to talk about Apple's latest move. They just dropped a major new piece of silicon, the M5 chip.
Yeah, and it's not the usual slow rollout, is it?
Not at all. They've immediately put it across three, really crucial product lines. We're talking the new 14-inch MacBook Pro, the updated iPad Pro, and even the Vision Pro headset.
Right. Straight out the gate.
And this feels like more than just, oh, it's faster. It feels like a statement. Like this M5 is the foundation for their whole AI thing, for Apple Intelligence everywhere.
That's definitely the core message, and that's kind of our mission for you today, right? We need to look past the marketing spin.
All the X times faster stuff.
Exactly. And figure out what this new hardware base really means. Are the gains actually balanced?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it all about that neural engine now? Maybe, at the cost of traditional CPU boost. And yeah, ultimately, how does this actually change things for you if you're a creator, a developer, or just someone who pushes their machine hard?
Okay, let's unpack this, starting right at the heart of it. The chip itself, the M5, is built on the third generation 3-nanometer process. Now, that sounds impressive, but what does that process node, actually unlock for us users?
Well, the smaller node, it isn't just about packing more power in. It's also about efficiency, especially when you're running things hard.
Right, less heat, maybe better battery.
Precisely. So the architecture, you've got up to 10 CPU cores, 10 GPU cores. But the real headline grabber is that 16-core neural engine.
Yeah, they seem laser-focused on that.
Totally. Apple's clearly betting big on AI here. And this new process lets them push that neural engine harder without, melting the device or draining the battery in 5 minutes.
And the performance numbers they're throwing around for that neural engine are just huge. They're claiming 4 times the processing power of the last entry-level M-series chip.
Which is a specific comparison, mind you.
True. But the bigger claim, the one everyone's talking about, is the AI performance jump. Up to 3.5 times faster than the M4, they say. And, get this, 6 times faster than the M1 generation.
Okay, we do need to be a bit critical there. Like you said, entry-level comparisons can be tricky, and most people upgrading now probably have an M3 or M4, maybe an M2, not an M1.
Good point.
But even if we just take that M4 comparison, a 3.5x jump in neural engine speed, that's still potentially transformative.
Why so transformative? What's enabling that kind of leap?
Well, the sources point to something really critical, a new feature. They've actually integrated dedicated neural accelerators directly into every single GPU core.
Wait, into the GPU cores, not just living in the main neural engine block.
Exactly. So the AI horsepower isn't all centralized anymore. It's sort of spread out, decentralized.
Ah, okay.
And if you think about what that means, it suggests AI acceleration might not be the bottleneck it used to be. This 3.5x faster claim, it basically lowers the bar, the latency, for running generative AI stuff locally.
Ah, so things that used to need the cloud.
Right, like generating complex images, maybe running big language models.
Yeah.
The idea is now you can do more of that directly on your Mac or iPad faster, and probably using less battery doing it.
Okay, this really does shift things, doesn't it? If complex AI tasks, like, say, generating those Vision Pro personas or using family writing tools, if they can run that fast on the device itself, does the cloud become less relevant for that stuff?
It certainly seems like that's the direction Apple's pushing.
Are we talking like genuine desktop-class AI performance, but actually on your device?
That seems to be the strategic bet they're making. And speaking of desktop-class performance, let's jump to the first Mac that got this M5 treatment.
The 14-inch MacBook Pro starts at, what, $1,599?
Yep.
And it looks like they really aim this at mobile professionals. Obviously, you get the M5 AI boost, but they're also claiming 1.6x faster graphics and 2x faster SSD speeds compared to the M4 model.
Which, for anyone deep in creative apps, think Adobe Suite, Final Cut Pro, that's a serious bump.
Definitely. And then there's that battery life promise,
Right.
up to 24 hours.
Which is always a big draw for MacBooks. But the real workflow unlock, potentially, is running those large language models, LLMs, locally.
Explain that a bit more. What does running an LLM locally really change?
Think about using a tool like a generative art app, like Draw Things. If you can run that faster and, crucially, offline,
Okay.
it changes the whole equation. You're not sending data out. You're not waiting for servers, maybe not paying cloud fees for certain tasks. Your AI assistant is, truly on your machine.
That makes sense. Especially with macOS Tahoe, which it ships with. Privacy and speed, all local.
It's a compelling pitch for creative pros, for
Yeah,
sure.
it is. But boom, before we move off the MacBook Pro entirely, we have to touch on that slightly awkward detail, the charger situation, mostly for listeners in Europe.
Yes, the great charger divide, as some are calling it.
Right. It's a bit annoying, honestly.
It is a bit jarring. So for buyers in Europe, the new M5 MacBook Pro, it doesn't come with the charging brick in the box. Apple's citing environmental reasons, which they've done before for phones.
Yeah, we're kind of used to it with phones now. But a Pro laptop feels different, doesn't it?
It really does. Most people have spare low-wattage phone chargers lying around. But a high-power brick for a MacBook Pro, like the 70W one it needs for fast charging? Probably not.
So it's an immediate extra cost for European buyers. How much are we talking?
Yeah, the 70W adapter is like $59 in the UK or around $65 in Germany.
Well,
So it's not insignificant. You have to factor that in.
okay. But just to be clear, this is only Europe, right? U.S. buyers, other places.
Correct. US and other regions, the charger is still included in the box. And everyone, everywhere, still gets the USB-C to MagSafe 3 cable. You get the cable, just maybe not the brick, depending on where you are.
Right. A geographical variable for the brick. Okay, moving on from that little frustration, let's talk iPad Pro. It also gets the M5. But here, the physical changes feel almost as big a story as the chip upgrade.
They really do. These things are thin, like shockingly thin. 5.3 millimeters for the 11-inch, and a 13-inch is just 5.1 millimeters.
It's almost hard to picture, especially the 13-inch.
Holding it is definitely a different feeling. But it's not just thinness for thinness' sake. The display tech is seriously impressive, too.
The Ultra Retina XDR display, right, with tandem OLED.
Exactly. Tandem OLED.
Yeah.
It basically means they layer 2 OLED panels.
Yeah.
This lets them drive the brightness really high, 1,000 nits sustained full screen, 1,600 nits peak for HDR, without the usual OLED worries about lifespan or burn-in.
Okay, so amazing display, super thin body, and you still get that core M5 power boost.
Yep. They're claiming 4x the graphics performance compared to the M4 iPad Pro.
Wow, 4x graphics.
And still that same 3.5x AI performance jump we talked about earlier. Plus, they boosted the connectivity.
Right, the wireless stuff.
Yeah, a new C1X cellular modem, apparently up to 50% faster cellular data, which is nice. And the N1 wireless chip for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
So if the MacBook Pro is the sort of desktop AI workhorse, the M5 iPad Pro feels like it's aiming to be the ultimate mobile AI canvas.
I think that's a good way to put it. It needs that connectivity because the target audience, designers, photographers, artists, they're often using it out and about, right?
Yeah.
They need fast processing and fast data transfer.
Yeah, it's way beyond just a media consumption device now.
Absolutely. It's a mobile workstation,
Yeah.
and that supercharged neural engine is key to making it viable for those demanding tasks on the go.
Okay, that leaves one more M5 device, the big one, the Apple Vision Pro, starting at $3,499.
Still a hefty price tag.
Definitely. So when you put the M5 into spatial computing, what does that actually do for the person wearing the headset? What are the real benefits?
Well, Apple's own Bob Borchers called it a leap forward in performance. And in VR or spatial computing, performance isn't just about speed, it's about comfort and immersion.
Yeah, so.
Well, the M5 allows for better, smoother display rendering, less lag, less judder. That's huge for making it feel real and reducing motion sickness. And maybe just as important for a device like this, battery life.
They improved the battery life.
Significantly, it seems. They're now quoting up to 2.5 hours of general use. That extra half hour compared to before, it actually makes a big difference in how long you can comfortably stay immersed.
Makes sense. And visually, any improvements there?
Yeah, visual fidelity is obviously critical. The M5 apparently lets the Vision Pro render about 10% more pixels on those micro OLED displays.
Okay, so sharper images, crisper text.
Exactly. Which is really important if you're trying to, say, read documents or use productivity apps inside the headset. And it also supports 120 Hz refresh rates now, which again helps with smoothness and eye comfort.
Gotcha. So better rendering, smoother motion, longer battery. Anything else on the hardware front for Vision Pro?
Yes, actually. They addressed a big comfort complaint from the first generation. They introduced a new strap, the dual knit band.
Oh, I heard about that. 2 straps now.
Yep, 2 straps. It's meant to allow for a much more balanced fit, better weight distribution, finer adjustments so you can really dial it in for your head shape.
That sounds like a smart upgrade. Is it included?
It is with the new M5 Vision Pro. But interestingly, you can also buy it separately for $99, and it fits the older model too.
Oh, that's good. Backward compatibility.
Yeah, it shows they're listening to feedback and iterating, not just on the silicon, but on the physical design and comfort too. which is pretty important for a device you wear on your face.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's tie this all together. You've got the M5 chip landing simultaneously in a laptop, a tablet, and a headset. What's the big picture here?
I think it's pretty clear the overwhelming focus wasn't just balanced CPU and GPU gains like in some past generations.
Right. It feels heavily skewed towards AI.
Totally. The M5 launch feels like a unified statement from Apple. They are absolutely prioritizing the neural engine, prioritizing AI capabilities. They're making sure every key piece of hardware is basically future-proofed for this AI-centric world they're building with Apple Intelligence.
So whether you're coding on the MacBook, drawing on the iPad, or exploring in the Vision Pro,
you now have this level of localized AI acceleration that honestly seemed kind of like science fiction just a couple of years ago, on-device power for tasks that used to hammer the cloud or just weren't feasible.
it really makes you wonder about how workflows might change. Considering you can potentially run complex LLMs locally on the MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
but then you have the sheer portability and that incredible screen on the iPad Pro, also with 3.5x faster AI. Which one becomes the real go-to device for using Apple Intelligence when you're not at your desk? Is that line between the Pro laptop and the Pro tablet finally blurring completely?
That's a great question. And probably something that depends a lot on your specific needs.
Yeah, definitely something for you, the listener, to think about. Which device leads the charge now? Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.